We are back at the Drum as Texas moves to 2-0 on the season with the 80-59 win over Louisiana Monroe. We are now pleased to be joined by the head coach, Shaka joining us courtside. Coach, I know part of the takeaway from listening to your press conference after the UIW win was you got the win, but there was also some humbling moments in that performance. What's your takeaway from this win?
About the same. We won by a wider margin, but there's still so many things that we can look at as a team and grow from. The hard thing is, when you have a young group, and they perceive themselves to say, hey, we play pretty well, you still have to look hard at the process. What are the things that we need to do better? Obviously starts with defending the backboards on our defensive end. A lot of things that we can clean up and improve on. But I did think we took a step from game 1 to game 2, so that's a positive.
Coach, other than the defensive boards, where else do you see yourself getting better? This is one of the better performances that I've seen a team play in many years. In terms of, you got better, I thought, from last game. You defended well. You have your bigs on the perimeter, switching deep. What are some of the other areas where you think you guys can get better? Well,
there's a lot of things tonight where we were guarding them, where we got broken down. But guys did a good job of covering for each other, Lance, which is, as you know, that's a mark of a good defensive team. We got to keep getting better at our communication, when we want to switch, when we don't want to switch, on pick and rolls. Transition defense needs to improve. When we did play some zone 1-3-1, got a lot of things to get better out there. But, the thing that I really like, Lance, that the guys did tonight is we challenged them. We said, hey, Louisiana Monroe's not going to be easy to guard because they're constantly going to be moving in their motion, and that's going to be challenging at times. And the guys came in with really good focus and effort on the defensive end.
In terms of your preparation, when you look at this year and having a lot of home games versus, we talked about earlier in the season, what happened last year, having to go out of the country over to China, et cetera, what are some of the benefits you're gaining by being home here early for these games to start the season?
Well, I'll tell you what, last year at this time, so it's the Monday after the first Friday game, literally everyone in our program would go to bed, say whatever you normally go to bed, 11 o'clock, 12 o'clock, and you would wake up at 2 or 3 in the morning and you would be wide awake. Like you just took a nap during the day, but you'd be wide awake, you couldn't get back to sleep. So just being able to be in a routine at the start of the season is very, very important to us. Obviously with the young team being able to start at home, get off to a good start from the standpoint of, getting some confidence. I think some guys gained some confidence tonight. That was a really good thing. But now we got another good team and very good shooting team coming in here in Eastern Washington. So we're going to have to continue to grow. And when we go up to the locker room, it's going to be interesting to see, hey, are we satisfied with winning a couple games, or do we want to keep getting better?
When it comes to confidence, it looked like Tevin Mack and Snoop Roach were playing with a ton of it. How did they handle first the suspension and then working their way back and handling this game?
Well, those guys have handled it well, and I think those guys, I sat down with those guys right before we scrimmaged SMU, and I said, listen, the next 3 times, we hit the court, you guys aren't going to be on the court. You know that. You have an opportunity to take a great approach, lift up your teammates, learn from being on the sideline because it's a different perspective, and then most importantly, you have a unique opportunity to change whatever approach you had last year towards the game and really sit back and decide, okay, this is the approach I want to take. And I think those guys have done a really good job in practice, and they did a good job today on the court.
Well, Coach, we appreciate you spending some time with us courtside here. I know Lance is getting ready to celebrate the national championship after this performance tonight. He's very pumped up about it.
I am.
Well,
it's fun basketball to watch, Coach.
The thing about it is I thought our effort was really good, and the guys kind of answered some challenges. Now it's a matter of, can we come together to grow? I think with a young team, guys maybe look at the stat sheet, how many shots did I get, how many you know how that is,
yeah,
Lance.
Absolutely.
I mean, listen, you played on BMW. You guys were fighting for shots every game. But I think that's very, very important moving forward, that we decide, hey, what is going to give us the best chance to win as Texas, and then leave everything else go.
Coach Smart, thank you very much for your time.
Thank you, guys.
Thanks, Coach.